Hi and welcome to RoomSketcher. My name is Sarah and I'm one of the software trainers here. I'm going to be teaching you everything you need to know about creating professional floor plans and high quality 3D. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us at support@roomsketcher.com. Now, just so you know, I will be using a pro subscription in this video, but you can also use Team to do the things that I will show you. But if you haven't upgraded yet, there's really no reason not to try it out. We do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so go ahead and try it. Okay, let's get started. With RoomSketcher, you can create professional 2D floor plans with measurements. You can create high-quality 3D floor plans, take low-quality 3D snapshots, which you can turn into high-quality 3D photos. You can create 360 views of your project, and you can open your project in live 3D. You can also create a project presentation where you store everything that you've created in the same place and you get a link that you can send to anyone, so your clients, your contractors, or your colleagues. And if you want to learn how to do this, stick around to the end and I'll show you how. Now, in this video, I will be starting with the basics, so how to draw your floor plan and how to generate floor plans and 3D. And then I will show you how to add measurements and, of course, how to create a project presentation. So stick around through the whole video so that you don't miss anything important. Now, the first thing that we need to do is to download the app. So just open a browser, go to roomsketcher.com and click on the download app button. And once the app is downloaded to your computer, we recommend putting it somewhere that you can easily find it. So what I do is I put it on my desktop right here for easy access. And once it is finished downloading, just click to open it. And this is the first place that you will land. Now simply sign in. So this is your account page, and I'm just gonna close this one by clicking on the X in the top left corner. And once you're signed in, you can basically start drawing right away. But before we do that, I just want to give you a bit of a lay of the land. So this big white space here is where we're gonna be drawing the floor plan. And in the middle, we have a camera. And this one we're gonna use to take 3D snapshots and 3D photos, 360 views. But I'll just move that out of the way for now. Then in the top left corner, we have this orange hamburger menu, as we call it, and it's divided into 4 separate columns. So in the project column is where you can create a new project, open all your projects, save your current project, make a copy. You have the settings for this current project, and then everything that you have created, so your floor plans and your 3D. Next, we have level, and in RoomSketcher, a level is a floor. And within one project, you can create up to 9 separate levels. Then we have view, and under view, you can find tools like the zoom controller. And lastly, we have tools. So here you'll find your account, your settings. In this video, I'm gonna be using feet and inches, but if you wanna change that, you can do that by clicking on meters or feet. Now, if we leave this menu, we also have the top blue toolbar. And from here, you can create a new project. You can save your current project. Here is your level button where you can create a new level or switch between levels. And as you'll see a bit later, we also have the copy and paste button, the undo, the trash can button, and 360 view and the live 3D. And I'm gonna show you all of these later. Then all the way over to the right, we have this big red round button, which is the mode button. So in RoomSketcher, we work in modes, which is super practical. So we start by drawing our walls. Then we go to Windows, etc. mode, where we add windows, doors, stairs, and we also have some measuring tools and symbols. Then you add your materials to your floor and your walls. And lastly, you add furniture. So let's draw a floor plan. So we're gonna start right here in walls mode. And on the right side here, you have your drawing tools. So the first one is your select tool. Then you have the exterior wall, the interior wall, and the divider line. I'm not going to be talking about divider lines in this video. It is a bit more advanced, so I do suggest you go through the basics first and then you can come back and watch the video on divider lines. But for this project, I will start with the interior walls because I am going to be doing a family room with an adjoining hallway. So just click to choose the interior wall and then click once to start the drawing. And I'm not going to be worried about the accurate measurements right now. I'm going to come back and change that later. So for now, just draw the lines and click at each corner. Click and click, and then click to connect the walls. And it is really important that you do connect the walls. I'll show you here if I click on the select tool to choose a wall, and then I click on the trash can. If this is the floor plan, you're not going to be able to generate it. You need to have at least 4 connected walls in order to generate. So to get my wall back, I'm just going to click on the undo button right there. Now I need one more interior wall just to separate the family room and the hallway. So I'll click on the interior wall one more time and then place it kind of right inside of the wall, and then click to start it and click to connect. And that's it. Super simple. Now I'm going to choose the select button, and when I click inside of a room, any room, you will get the zone settings on the right side. And so here you can put in a personalized zone name. You can select from the zone names that we have. And you can also show the zone size, and you can change the material for this room. But we're going to come back to that a bit later. Then when I click on a wall, you get the wall settings on the right side. And from here you can change the wall thickness, and you can also change the material for this single wall. From here you can also change the wall type from interior wall to exterior wall, for example. And you can create a curved wall. Now, I already see that the measurements here are not correct. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see that you get the measurements on the right side, so the exterior measurements, and on the left side, the interior measurements. And I want to change those. So to do that, there are 2 ways. You can either click and drag the wall, and then you see that the measurements change on the right and the left side. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it, and I'll do it on this room, is to click on the wall that you want to change. And then you can see on either side of the wall, there are these tiny little circles. I'll zoom in so it's easier for you to see them. This circle right here, click inside that. And then on the right side, you get the accurate measurements. And here you can change them by putting in the correct inches. So let's do that. I'm just going to center my floor plan. So click on the wall, click inside the circle, and then you can change your measurements on the right side. But first, I want to make sure that I change the interior measurements for my project. For you, it might be the exterior. But so I can change the length A or the length B. And I just want to check here that the length B is the interior side, length B. And here it says 149 inches. It's actually supposed to be 170. So I can just write that in here, 170, and watch what happens when I click enter. It adjusts automatically. It's so simple, no hassle, no fuss. And that's it for walls mode. But before we move on, I just want to save my project. So I'll go to the blue toolbar and click on the save button. And it's by default going to be called Untitled Project, but you can easily change that. And I usually like to use either the name of the client or the address. So for this project, I'll use the address, and it's 22nd Street, and just click save. And you just need to save it every once in a while. It does auto save, but as we all know, it's good to be on the safe side. So remember to save every once in a while. Now let's move on to adding doors and windows. So I'll click on the red mode button and go to Windows, etc. mode. I'll start with the doors. And from here, you can scroll through the menu, or you can use the search button. Now, I need French glass doors, so I'll just search for French, and then you're gonna see you get some category suggestions underneath. So I'll just click on French glass door, and I need one between the hallway and the family room, and then one going out to the terrace. So just look through to find the one that is accurate for your project. This one is accurate for mine. Just click on it to choose it in the menu, and then click on the floor plan to place it. And then once you've placed it, you get the door settings on the right side. And at the top here, you get the flip door, which I see right now that I need to do. So just click on that to flip it. Then you can put in the exact measurements on the right side, and you can also change the material for this door. On the door here, you have these two blue arrows that you can also use to adjust the size of the door. And for this door in particular, I don't want it to take up a lot of the space in the floor plan while I'm drawing and placing furniture. So I want to close the door. I don't want them to appear open. So in the settings on the right side under opening angle, right now it's 75. So I'm just going to change that to 0 to close the door. Now I'll click on the plus sign to go back to the menu, and I need another set of doors. So I'll choose this one, click to select it, and then click to place it. And this one as well needs to be flipped. So I'll go to the settings on the right side and click on flip door. Wonderful. One last door that I need to add, just click on the plus sign to go back to the menu. And now I'll search for interior door. So I'll choose this one. This door actually goes into a bathroom right there, but I'm not going to be doing the bathroom. I just need the door for the accurate plan. And this one as well needs to be flipped. So just go to the settings side and click flip door until it opens in the correct direction. Great. Now that I have my doors, I want to add windows. And I'll click on the plus sign to go back to the menu and just X out the doors. Now let's add some windows. So I'll go to the Windows category. And here again, you can search for a more specific type of window, or you can scroll through the menu. I'm going to choose this one. It's a standard window that I use quite a lot. So I can click on it to select it and then click to place it. And because I am using this window for most of my projects, I do want to make it easier for me to find it. So in the settings panel on the right side, right up in the corner, there's a little heart. So if we click on the heart, it's added to my favorite list. And now if I click on the plus sign to go back to the menu, at the top here, you have another heart. And if you click on that, this is your favorites. So here you can have easy access to the items that you use a lot. Now I need to place 2 more windows, and it's actually the same one. So instead of going back to the menu and adding it again, I can just click on it, click on the copy button, and then click on the paste button, like that. So place it here, and then I can click on the paste button again. Place it right there. And now you can see it works the same way as with the door. You can use these arrows to make the window smaller or bigger, but you can also put in the exact measurements on the right side, and you can change the material of the window frame. And that's it for windows. Now let's click on the plus sign to go back to the menu and X out windows. Now this family room is actually in the 2nd floor, so I need to add stairs. So I'll open the stairs category, and these are the stairs that we have, but please remember that all of these stairs can be flipped. So think of it as we actually have double the amount. So always try to find a set of stairs that you can flip before you give up the search. And in this project, I actually need just the straight stairs. So I'll choose this one, click on it to select it, and then click to place it. And with the stairs, you get some arrows. We use these ones to rotate the stairs, and then you can use these two to make the stairs bigger or smaller, but you can also put in the exact measurements in the settings on the right side. Now I'm just gonna place that right there. And as you can see, it has this red dot at one end, and this means that this is the top of the stairs. And in the settings on the right side, under type, I want to change it from above floor to below floor. So above floor means that the stairs are going from your current floor up to the next. And below floor means that it's actually coming up from the ground floor to your current floor. And that's what I want for this project. So I'll click on below floor like that. And that's it. Let's add materials. So I'll click on the red mode button and choose materials. And here it has been categorized by type of material. And so for both the family room and the hallway, I need hardwood floors. So again, you can search to find something more specific, or you can just scroll through the menu. So I will scroll because I know that the one I'm looking for is right here. Click to choose it, and then click inside the room where you want to add it. And for some of our materials, you can choose if you want it on the walls, the floor, or both. But that's typically the kind of material where you can add it to the walls as well. So for example, with carpet or with wallpaper, you're not going to get the option to choose both, because we don't usually have carpet on the walls and we don't usually have wallpaper on the floor. So for this room, it's only on the floor. And I also want to add it to the hallway floor. Good, now I can just X out hardwood floors, and then I can go to wallpaper, one colored. And here it might be a bit easier to search for a specific color. So I'll search for blue, and I don't need blue tiles, so I'll just click outside of the search box to get the different options. And this is quite similar to the paint that I need. So I'll just click to select it and then click to add it. Like that. Super simple. Now I want to make sure that everything looks good. So I'm going to have a look at the floor plan in 3D. So first I want to locate my camera. Here it is. Just place that inside of the floor plan. And you can use this arrow right here to rotate the camera. And you also have some more advanced settings on the right side to change the field of view, the elevation, rotation. And you can also use the little camera image here to move it up or down or change the pitch and the field of view. So I'm just going to put it right here in the default setting. And to take the picture, or to take the snapshot, you just click on the yellow button. And here you can click on the image to make it a little bit bigger so you can see better. And it looks good. Now, if I wanted to, I could generate this into a high quality 3D photo, but for now I'm just using the camera to have a look. Another way to view your project in 3D is to open the Live 3D. And from here you can just click and drag to see the entire floor plan and make sure that everything looks good. You can also zoom in and change the view. And the colors look really good. So let's move on to furniture. So I'll click on the red mode button again and then go to the furniture mode. And it is categorized by room. So you can simply click on one of the room names and scroll through the menus, but you can also use the search button. So I'm gonna do that. And the first thing that I want to search for is a corner sofa. And remember, when you are searching, to try to use synonyms. So let's say you're searching for couch and nothing comes up, try searching for sofa instead. So I'll start by typing corner just to see what I get. And in the suggested categories here, I get corner sofa. So I'll click on that. And then I can look through the options. I'll choose this one. Just click to select it and then click to place it. And here we have some arrows. We can use this one to rotate the sofa. And then you have these two to change the size, like that. But of course, you can also put in the exact measurements on the right side. So I'll just move that and place it right here. One thing I do want to mention is this little eye icon here. And it is really important that you do notice it, because we always want it pointing into the room, because this eye represents the front of the item, of the furniture. So if it is facing the wall, for example, that means that you have placed the item the wrong way. So always keep an eye on the eye. And another thing that we can do with this sofa and with a lot of our other furniture as well, in the settings panel on the right side, you have replace materials. So you can see that right now, this sofa is a dark blue color, but it's supposed to be gray. And you can always change the items individually, but if you are going for a specific style for all of your floor plans, you can reach out to us at support@roomsketcher.com and we can help you set up a 3D style. But for now, I'll just change the materials for this couch. So I'll click on fabric. And in this window, you can either scroll through the menu to find a material you're looking for, or you can search by using generic search terms. So if you're trying to search for words like earthy, it's not really gonna give you anything, but instead search for beige, brown, green, it will give you results. And you can also search for specific types of materials. So if you want to search for carpet, or if you wanted to search for cotton, for example, you can also do that. So for me, I'm just going to search for gray. And then here are the options that I get. I can click on this one to select it, and then I can click apply. But before I do that, this is also a fabric that I use quite a lot, so I want to add it to my favorite list. So I just click on add to favorites, and then to find it in the top here, you have another heart. So click on the heart, and these are my favorite materials. Another thing that you can do in this window is to click on the color palette, and here you can actually put in the exact color codes that you want for an item, or for the walls, for example, for paint. You can put in the hex code or the RGB code, or you can play around with the color wheel. So let's go back to the main menu. I've chosen this gray color, and I'll click apply. And now you can see it doesn't actually have that color that I chose. It just has a general gray color. And that's just to symbolize that this item has been changed. Now I also want to change the legs. So I'll click on legs, and I'll choose the black metal and click apply. Great. Next thing I need is bookcase. So I'll click on the plus sign to go back to the menu, and then I'll click on the search button. And now I want to search for book. Let's see what comes up. Yeah, bookcase. Perfect. Click on that. And here I just want to scroll to find the one that I'm looking for. So this one looks correct. So I'll click to select it, and then click to place it in the floor plan. And I can just use this arrow to rotate it, place it right there. And I need another one, the exact same. So instead of going back to the menu to choose it again, I did show you earlier that you can use the copy and paste button in the blue toolbar, but you can also use your keyboard in the regular way that you would do in, let's say, a Word document. So just select the item in the floor plan and click on Control-C, Control-V. For a Mac user, you just click on Command-C, Command-V. And then I'll place it right there. Wonderful. Next thing I need is a TV stand. So we'll click on the plus sign to go back to the menu, and I'll search for TV. And here I get TV stand or TV bench. I can do bench. I'll choose this one, click to select it, and click to place it. Just gonna rotate that and place it against the wall. And now you see there is some space between the bookcases and the TV stand. There's not supposed to be any space between them. But now, instead of me fiddling with measurements or trying to use the arrows to place it correctly, we have something really cool to help in this type of situation. So let's go over to the settings panel on the right side, and you'll find the best fit buttons. So I'm going to use the best fit width. So just keep your eyes on the TV bench and watch what happens when I click on the best fit width button. It automatically adjusts and fills the space between the bookcases. And this makes it so easy to place things like this, and also with other bookcases, with kitchens, makes it so much easier. So please remember to use the best fit buttons. Okay, let's go back to the menu. Just gonna scroll out, let's have a look. What you can also do now is to bring back your camera to have a look at your project so far. Just gonna rotate it and place it right here. Let's click on Take Snapshot to have a look. And so this is what it looks like currently. And remember that we can also click on the 3D button in the top blue toolbar to open Live 3D to get a look from every angle. But it's starting to look really good. And now I'm just going to quickly furnish the rest of the family room. And here it is. Now let's have another look in Live 3D. And look at that. It looks really, really good. So remember to just use your mouse to drag it around and to get a good look at every angle. So let's close that down. Now I actually do want to take some 3D snapshots to generate into 3D photos. So I'll bring out my camera again, and it is a good idea to place it in a corner. So I can leave it right there. Let's see how that looks when I do take snapshot. Yeah, and I think that's a good photo actually. So now I'm just gonna click on Generate 3D Photo. And so that's gonna take a little bit to generate. So we'll just leave that in the background while we keep working. I do wanna get one more photo. So I'll turn it and put it here to get another angle and click on Take Snapshot. And let's look at this. Again, I think it looks great. So I'm gonna generate 3D photo. Wonderful. Now the next thing I want to do is to create a 360 view of this room. So when you're creating 360 views, it's a good idea to place the camera in the middle of the room. But because the middle of my room is right here, I'm going to place it here instead. And then I can click on the 360 button in the blue toolbar. So let's do that. And here you can see a low quality preview of my 360 view. So we want to preview everything before we generate, just to make sure that it looks good, that the camera placement is good. And if you are happy with it, you can click on the yellow button to generate the 360 view. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now that too is going to be generating in the background while we keep working. So I'll just close down this window. And now let's generate the floor plans. So to do that, we'll open the orange hamburger menu. And under Level, let's click on Preview 2D Floor Plan. And we always want to preview. Don't just go ahead and generate. Preview it first. Make sure everything looks good. The placement of everything is correct. And if you are happy with it, we're going to click on Generate 2D Floor Plan. Like that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the 3D floor plan, but now I want to show you a shortcut. So you can do it the way that I just showed you with the 2D floor plan, but you can also use your keyboard to click on Control 2 or Control 3. So for Mac users, that's Command 2, Command 3. And let's just look at the 3D floor plan, make sure everything looks nice. I think it looks just amazing. I'm really happy with it. So I'll just click on Generate 3D Floor Plan. Great. I'll X out this window. And to find your floor plans, again, just open the orange hamburger menu. And under Project, we can click on 2D Floor Plan. We can start with that one because that's finished in just a couple of seconds. So here it is. You can click to open a bigger image of your 2D floor plan. From here, you can save it to your computer as a PDF or a JPEG, or you can print it directly from the app. Now, if you wanted it to be a PDF, this is what it would look like. And if you need help adding your logo or setting up a letterhead, please reach out to us at support@roomsketcher.com and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And now, while the 3D is working in the background, I'm going to go ahead and add measurements to my 2D floor plan. So let's close this window and we want to go back into Windows, etc. mode. Now, the first thing you'll notice once I go into Windows, etc. mode is that all the furniture disappeared. But we do want to bring them back because it's going to make it easier for us to place text and measurement. So let's open the orange hamburger menu. And under View, let's click on Always Furniture. And that's going to make sure that your furniture comes along with you through all the different modes. So now that we have our furniture back, let's go and add some symbols and some text. And in here, you'll find things like arrows, compasses, some measuring tools, and the text box. And the first thing I want to add is a compass. So I'm just gonna click to select it and then click to add it. Now it is a little bit big, so I just want to use the arrows to make it a little bit smaller. And I also need to rotate it so that it is correct, so that north points in the right direction, like that. So let's click on the plus sign to go back to the menu. And then these two measuring tools are great for measuring the distance between items. So let's select this one and click to add it. And just remember that these ones will appear in your generated floor plan. So if you don't want to actually add them to the floor plan, you just want to use them to measure, remember to delete them before you generate. So here, for example, if I wanted to measure the distance between the TV bench and the coffee table, just to make sure there's enough walking space between them, it's so easy to do it with these tools. So I can leave that right there. Then the last thing in here is the text box. Click to select it and then click to place it. And our text boxes can handle quite a lot of text. So if you wanted to add any comments or notes or even a legend to your floor plan, go ahead and use one of these, or even several if you need a lot of text. Then to add the text, in the settings panel on the right side, under label, I'm gonna write in exit to balcony, just to clarify, and then just click anywhere outside the box to get your text. And then I can just grab it and move it a bit closer right there. Wonderful. Now let's go back to the menu and back to the main one, because now I want to add the measurements, and I'm going to be using the measurement wizard, which is just an amazing tool. It makes it so much easier to add measurements. And here we have 4 different types. So we have the outside measurements. It looks like this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more. Like that. Then you have the single wall measurement. Looks like this. Then you have the room measurements. Looks like that. And then we have the room dimensions. Looks like this. So right away I can see that it is a little bit messy, so I do want to make some improvements here. For example, with the room dimensions, I just want to move that down away from the stairs. I also don't feel like I need these arrows, so I will just delete those. And then I only need the 2 measurements in this corner, so I will just delete this one and this one. And as you can see, the arrows and the text are not connected, which is a great thing, because that means that if you see that one of the measurements are wrong, you can just click on the text box and change it. So for example, this long wall right here, it says 21.8, but it's actually supposed to be 21.7. So I can just go ahead and change that, click outside the box, and now it's changed. It's really, really cool. And the same goes for this room in the middle here. It is a bit much, so I just want to delete these two. And now it looks really, really good. Another thing that I want to mention is with the room dimensions here. As you can see, it shows both feet and inches and meters and centimeters. And that is something that you can change if you want in the measurement wizard settings. So let's go ahead and have a look at that. So we'll just open the orange hamburger menu, and under tools, go to settings. And from here, we want to click on measurement wizard settings. And in here, you can do things like change the distance between the arrow and the wall. You can change the measurement font size. You can change the decimal separator if you want it to be a comma or a full stop. You can choose to add high precision, although I do recommend that you don't. And you can also do what I've done here and turned on use both measuring units. And when you're done, you just click save and we just close. Now that I've added the measurements, the text, I want to regenerate the 2D floor plan. So remember the shortcut. We're gonna click on Control 2 or Command 2 for Mac users and just have a look, make sure everything looks good. I think it does. So I just wanna go ahead and click on Generate 2D floor plan one more time. And there we go. Now I'll exit this window, go back to the orange hamburger menu, and open the 2D floor plan one more time. And here, again, it's ready to be downloaded as a PDF or a JPEG, or to print directly from the app. Now, let's see if all of our 3D is ready. So in this same area, you have a menu on the left side, and we can just click on 3D floor plans, and it's ready. So let's click to open it just to really get a good look. And I think it just looks amazing. And this is going to be a real selling point for your clients, your customers. So I do definitely recommend that you go for a 3D floor plan because it just looks amazing. And this one works the same as with the 2D. You can download it as a PDF or a JPEG to your computer, or you can print it directly from the app. Let's check on the 3D photos. It's always so fun to have a look at these because they look so realistic. They look so good. So this is the first one. And then we have the second one. It's really, really cool. And these ones you can also, if you click on details, you can save them as JPEGs to your computer. And you can also delete them from here if you didn't like it after all. And lastly, let's have a look at the 360 view. And the really cool thing about 360 view is that you can actually share it as a link. And it's really, really cool. You can send it to anyone, your clients, your colleagues, your contractors. Copy that, open a browser, and just paste in the link. And it just looks really, really cool. And remember that this is not a video. It is interactive, so you can grab it, move it around like this, and you can also zoom out and zoom in to get the full effect and really see every nook and cranny of this space. So this as well is just, it's just such a cool feature, such a cool tool that we offer. And that's it. So I did promise you that if you stuck around to the end of the video, I would show you how the project presentation works. And so let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's close down this window. Open the orange hamburger menu again and click on properties. And so from here, you can do things like save your project, and in the properties, you can also change the name of your project if you'd like, but we want to click on the share button. And we really, really want to enable Share Live 3D. So go ahead and click on that. And now we want to copy the link. And then we just go ahead and open a browser, paste in the link, and this is it. So this is everything that I've created for this project. It's all gathered in the same place, and it's so practical. I can just send this link to everyone who needs it. I don't need to download all the images, all the floor plans, and send it by email, for example, I can just send this one link and everything is here. And from here, people can also open the project in live 3D and have a virtual walkthrough. And they can even open a copy of your project in the app. But don't worry, they're not going to mess up your original. So this is a great way to present your project to clients. And that's it. I hope I managed to give you the confidence and the tools you need to get started. Remember that we have loads of videos if you have any specific questions about anything. But you can also contact us at support@roomsketcher.com and we'll be more than happy to help you out. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thanks for watching.